Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be doing another edition of World in Flames Collector's Edition, Days of Decision 3, combined game playthrough number 2. This is going to be the May-June turn. Hopefully I don't have memory problems anymore with my device like I did for the last turn. That just came out bad. Stuff happens. I guess that's about all I can say. Okay, so let's get right into it. Let's take a look at starting money for the major powers. Okay, starting money for the major powers looks something like this. We have Germany at 1, Japan at -5, Italy at -3, the USSR at -3, Commonwealth at -6, France at -1, USA at -2, and China, the richest major power there is in the May-June turn, is at 2. So, I looked to see if the major powers want to do anything. Basically, none of them are really going to do anything. With one exception, because they all really want to try to dig themselves out of the hole. Now, this is at the end of 1937. Several of the major powers will be eligible to gear up at the standard rate. So none of them really want to be deeply in debt when that happens, because as you saw from the gear up with Italy and Japan, it does get expensive. So that being said, I recorded the bid for the one major power that is going to do a political option, and that is going to be Germany. So let's take a real quick look at the political order. Now, obviously, Germany is in the first position right now, and she's the only bidder. Doesn't even matter what it is, because she's going to be in the first position. Now, the first and last card markers will go next to Germany. Now, the rest of the major powers, let's see what the order kind of shakes out here. We have the Commonwealth and France at 2 and 3. Their political effectiveness for both of them is 3, so they will maintain their order. Japan and Italy are tied at 2. Japan has a political effectiveness of 4. Italy has a political effectiveness of 3, so Japan breaks that tie. The Soviet Union and the United States are tied at 1. The Soviet Union has a political effectiveness of 4, -1 for the London Naval Treaty, that's a 3. The U.S. has a political effectiveness of 2, -1 for the London Naval Treaty, that's a 1. So they will maintain their current order. And China comes in last at 8th. Alright, well, first and last up is Germany. Let's see what they want to do. Germany, being on a diplomatic tear since basically the beginning of the game, has decided that she's going to sign a minor alliance with Romania. Now, this is the same as the alliance with Finland. So we add 1 to the result for each factory or resource marker we have in the minor. Germany currently getting all 3 oil, so that's going to be a +3. Add the minor's willpower. Romania's willpower on the minor country chart is a 4, so that's +7. Subtract Germany's initiative position, which is 1, it's going to be a +6. Subtract the distance in hexes. There are 4 hexes between Germany and Romania. Yes, 4 hexes. So that's going to be a +2. The minor is not hostile to Germany, and we're not trying to break an alliance. So that's going to come out to be a total of +2. Anything greater than a 0, so it's going to be pretty much automatic. The 7 is, well, it's automatic. So I will pay the 5 money. The minor effects are going to be on the treaty chart, so I'll get that out. The U.S. entry is going to be on the treaty chart, so I'll record that. And I'll come right back with Germany activating a minor. Okay, now it's Germany's turn to activate a minor. And Germany is kind of debating whether or not to activate Romania or activate Turkey. I think we're going to activate Romania. Just looking at it. We'll pick up the markers. We'll head over to the status display. Alright. We got a 3 German and a 1 Commonwealth. The Romanian marker is right here. The 1 Commonwealth is not going to do anything. The 3 German, now it normally costs 2 to move 1 hex, but because Romania has an alliance with France, and they're going to be moving further away from France, it's going to cost an extra point. So it's going to cost a total of 3 to move the Romanian marker either here or here. I think here. Okay, so that will use all 3 influence points from Germany. Okay, the political phase is ended. The first country and the last country was Germany, so the political phase is over. I have rolled initiative, and I have rolled the weather, and it looks something like this. We have the Democrats roll the 7, which is modified to a 6. The Fascists roll the 9, which is modified to a 10. And the Communists roll the 10, which is modified to 12. Actually, 9 is modified to 11. The 10 is modified to 12. So, the Communists decided to go last, and the Fascists decided to go after the Democrats. So, it'll be Democrat, Fascist, Communists. The weather roll was a 2, which there was a +1 from the last turn. So that's rain in the Arctic and South Monsoon, storm in North Monsoon, and fair everywhere else. The impulse marker will move up 1 per impulse. And, okay, we'll take a look at reinforcements. For the May-June turn, reinforcements. Alright, okay, that works. That works. Alright, let's back out a little bit. That's better. Okay, for May-June, we have a French infantry division that will go on map. The Americans have the Pensacola going on map. The Chinese get a fighter, but they don't have a... oh, and they will be getting a pilot for that fighter. So that will go on map for the Chinese. Chinese are getting a fighter. We got a German pilot. We have the Commonwealth gets a convoy point. The French get a convoy point. The Americans get another heavy cruiser, so the Pensacola and the Vincennes. The Americans get the Yorktown coming on map. So that will actually adjust the London Naval Treaty rates, because there's 3 ships that the United States are adding to the map. The Commonwealth gets a transport. That goes on map. They also get a tanker point. That's not a 2, it's a 1. Come on. It's a 1. And we got the Bismarck going in the construction pool for Germany. Okay, I will get these reinforcements on, and then we will start with the first impulse. Okay, we're starting out with the Democrat impulse, and we'll start in China. The Chinese are going to take a combine, because that's all they can do. They place their fighter right here in Tsingtao. So they can move 2 units, and I think they're just going to move this guy here, and that's it. And that's going to be it for the Democrat impulse. Next we will go, I'll move up the marker. Next we will proceed to the Fascist impulse. And what we got here is that we're going to have Japan doing the Peking Bridge incident. This is going to be retroactive. And and I will show you the option that Japan is taking. It's this one right here. Peking Bridge incident. You can see it. Yeah, okay. There, so the money has cost 2 money. Okay, Japan may only play this option if either Japan's initiative is less than China's, which it is, or Japan has previously played JA8. Well, they've already played JA8, so yes, they can do this. So they will get to activate a minor. This will happen when they have to retroactively play this option in the political phase. So it's going to put Japan and China at war. Japan is at limited war, which means that Japan, for the first 12 turns at war, they are limited to combined actions. And it's going to increase the Chinese production multiple level to 0.25. Does not increase China's political effectiveness, and Japan does get to activate a minor. So that will all happen next turn when Japan activates a minor. The U.S. entry is a whopping 13. So I will pay for that, and we will start the Japanese impulse. Alright. We're going to start here in northern China. The weather up here is fair. It's a northern temperate zone. So it's the surprise impulse, so China won't be able to intercept with their fighter. Well, the Japanese do have a fighter over here. So Japan's going to get the sequence of play out. Yay! Sequence of play. Okay. Let's see. Port attacks, no. Naval air mission, no. Naval movement, no. No naval combat, no strategic bombardment. I don't think there's going to be a ground strike. No rail movement, no land movement, no air transport, no debark land units at sea, no invasions, no paradrops. So we're going to go straight to land combat. Oh, this is also going to allow both Japan and China to call out their reserves, and I'll grab that just as soon as we finish this land combat. Combined action, Japan gets 1 attack. So what we got here is a total of 8 points. Japan's going to use HQ benefits. That's going to give her a +1. That's going to be 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 17, 22, 23, and 8 is 31. 1 ground support brings us to 32 to 8, which is a 4 to 1. 4 to 1. I think China's going to pick the assault table. So the assault table, let's see what they get on 4 to 1. Well, that's not a bad roll at all. Let's take a look at the table, if I can find some place to put this. Japan rolled a 9 on 4 to 1 on the assault table. Let's see, 4 to 1 on the assault table. A 9 becomes a 10, which is going to be star 2S. So 2 units are eliminated. 1 unit is shattered. Will go on the production spiral to arrive next turn. No Japanese units are turned face down, except the A unit and the HQ that lent HQ benefits. So let's see. That costs 1. Okay, so these 2 guys are going to be toasted, and this guy is going to go on the production spiral to arrive next turn. Alright, now Japan gets to occupy the Hex. Not quite sure with what. Obviously want to go in there with the best units. These two, obviously. And probably the artillery. Yep. Okay, so that's actually, Japan actually started off with a pretty good attack. That was pretty good. And these will go in the cadre box, because we are playing with the cadre rule. The division won't generate a point, but the infantry, the loss of the infantry army will. Now we're saying something about reserves. Here are the Chinese reserves. There's a pretty good sized stack. They will be deployed on the board. There's some militia. Got the militia, 3 and 4 strength infantry units, and a garrison unit. The Japanese also have a pile of reserves. Those are actually on the board right now. I just have to deploy them. These are all deployed face down. And I put them out. So I'm going to do that right now. And I'll be right back with the communist impulse. We'll see what the Russians are going to do. And the communist Chinese. Okay, the fascists have finished their impulse. The last thing that the fascists did is the Italians moved another unit from Ethiopia back to Italy. And that is that for that. And that basically almost finished up Ethiopian evacuation of the Italian army. Now we're at the communist impulse, and to not be outdone by the Japanese, excuse me, the Russians have decided to declare war on Persia. Now I've paid the money. It was 3 money. Excuse me. I've already put all the influence markers out. Yeah, the U.S. entry was a whopping plus 19. Well, the U.S. must be just over there, very confused, not knowing what's going on. So the Persian army, Germany will be controlling Persia. Actually, it might be Japan. I'll let Japan do it. So I'll put the 4-4. The militia won't come on until the next fascist impulse, if Persia's still alive, which they probably will be. Okay, so going through the sequence of play. Now the Soviets are doing a combined influence. This might actually affect what's going on in China as well. They get 5 land moves. Cost 4 for a mountain hex. That's going to flip that guy over. And that's going to flip that guy over. So they use 3 land movements. So the communist Chinese will use, geez, I don't know. Move. Yeah. Okay, so they will do 2 land moves. In China. I'll try to help out the nationalists a little bit. So what we got here is we got, now let's see, do we gonna have any ground strikes? Let's see what the odds are. 7, 8, 9, 13, 16 to 4. That would be a 4 to 1. We're gonna do that attack. 16 to 4, 4 to 1. We'll do HQ. No, we won't do HQ benefits. we can't. Got a 4 to 1 attack. Let's see, it's going to be on the, if I can find a chart. I seem to always lose them. Alright, 4 to 1, going to be on the assault table. Let's see what the Soviet, or the Red Army, can roll for an attack. A 6 is not bad. I think they're going to get the job done. Assault table, 4-1, 6. No losses to the Soviets. 1 loss to the Persians. And all the Soviet units are going to be flipped over. So this is apparently going to be a 2-month campaign for the Soviets. So this guy dies. And they will occupy the hex. Actually, I don't want to do that. I'll leave him there. Occupy with this and that. Yeah. Okay. All right. That is the end of the Soviet impulse. We will proceed to the Democrat impulse. We'll be back. Okay, we're back to the Democrat impulse. I have placed the Chinese reserves. And I placed the Japanese reserves too, because it really doesn't matter too much. They all are placed on the map face down. Now the Chinese are going to take a land action. And I don't really know exactly what the Chinese are. I think they're going to rail. No, they're going to move this guy. He's going to move to here. And this guy doesn't do him any good sitting there, so let's get moving him. And that's about as far as he can go. This guy will go here. This guy will go here. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. There's 8 points there, but Japan only has 1 hex on it. And there's 5 points here. So if I move this out, the fascists go before the communists. They could never get them. That's not a good idea. I guess you're just going to have to stand as it is. Stand pat as they are. They got 11, 13. There's 5 there. 14. 17 to 5. It's a 3-1 attack. Ooh, I don't know. If I was Japan, would I chance it? 3-1? I might. I think the Democrats are done. I'll move up the impulse marker. The weather roll. The weather roll ended up being a 4, I believe, which was modified to a 5, which is fair weather everywhere except the North Monsoon has rain. Okay, fascist impulse. Let's see. Port attack, naval air mission. No naval combat, no strategic bombardment. There's going to be no ground strikes. No rail movement. Land movement. Well, how much does mountain cost for leg? Leg costs 4. Ouch. Cost 4. Do I have any 4? No, of course I don't. No, nothing is a 4. This is a 5. He can go there. Not that it matters. I don't think that's a good idea either. Alright, 3-1 attack. I think Japan's going to do it. I think Japan's going to do it. I think they want to take a chance here. 3-1. There's going to be no pluses. There's no sense in adding Chang. Can't add Chang because he's a 1 divided by 4 is 0.25 rounds to 0. Can't add Mao because they're nationalist units, not communist units. 3-1. Oh boy. All right, let's do it. Where's my red die? 3-1. Obviously, China's going to select the assault table. See what we get. A 7. 7 on 3-1 is 1 loss for the Japanese, 2 loss for the Chinese. 1 loss for the Japanese and 2 loss for the Chinese. Well, that's going to kill the warlord unit. He's going to go bye-bye. And I think the Japanese will lose the cav unit. And all the Japanese units are going to be turned face down. These will all be face down. But Peking just fell. That's going to be 2 cities that Japan took, so that's going to be 2 rolls on the U.S. entry table at the end of the turn. All right. I think that's it for the... That's going to be cadre. That's going to be it for the fascist impulse. We'll move back to the Democrats and roll weather. Oh no, we go to the communists now. Communist impulse. Well, the communists don't have anything they can do in Persia because all their units are face down. Over here in China. Ouch. Doesn't look good. Does not look good at this point. I think we'll just have to stand pat. The good thing is that all the Japanese units are face down. Don't really see much more in the way of action this turn, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the rest of the turn. Like I said, all the Soviet units in Persia are face down, and now a big chunk of the Japanese units are face down. The Chinese have 1 unit. They'll probably try to move up here some way, somehow. I don't know. Boy, I'm in a tough spot right here. Don't know how exactly. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Alright, I'll probably be back with a review of what happened, if anything, and then we'll be doing partisans, which there won't be any, and U.S. entry, and then production. Okay, I'm at production. I did the U.S. entry for Japan. 3 dice rolls. It came out to be a -1, a 0, and a -1. That's 2 dice for the 2 cities that Japan took, and 1 for a war with the Democrat. There's no partisans because there's no place to put partisans right now, so it doesn't really matter too much. I will go over U.S. entry at some point, maybe in the next video or 2 videos from now. So let's go over production right now. So the only major powers that saved oil, I believe, were the U.S. and the Soviet Union. Nobody else saved in oil. Oh, Commonwealth saved in oil. Alright, so we came out something like this. Germany produced 9, started with 4, and spent 5. Pulled the Bismarck out of the construction pool, laid down a sub, and laid down a carrier. The sub cost is 1 because it's an old counter. Italy, Japan. Japan is going to produce 6. They start with -1. They spent 1 for a convoy point. This is a combat air group. Its cost is 2, but since I'm using pilots, it subtracts 2, so it's essentially free. Italy produced 4, started with 1, spent 3. They pulled the Vittorio Veneto out of the construction pool. USSR produced 3, starting with -3, spent 0. Commonwealth produced 5, started with -1 and spent 3, built a territorial and a convoy point. France produced 3, started with 2, spent 5. Pulled the Reclau out of the construction pool and built the pilot. China produced 3, got 2 from cadres, and started with 7 and spent 7. They got a garrison division, infantry army, 2 infantry armies, total of 7. So I will get these on the wheel, and I think we're just going to roll right into the next turn. I think there's enough time to do that, so I think that's what we're going to do. I've recorded the bids for the major powers, and let's take a look at starting money for July-August. We have Germany at -1, Japan at -2, Italy at -2, USSR at -3, Commonwealth at -4, France at -3, USA at -1, and China at 0. So all the major powers have decided they need to get out of debt. So we're only going to have 2 bidders, and that's going to be the 2 major powers that owe political options. It's going to be Japan and the Soviet Union. So let's take a look at how this is going to shake out on the political initiative track. We got Japan bidding 1, they get a +2 for 3. We have the Soviet Union bidding 1, they get a +1 for 2. So Japan is going to be first. The Soviet Union is going to be second. There's the first and last card markers. Now for the non-bidding major powers, Germany has a +4. That's going to put them in at third. The Commonwealth is at +3. France is at +3. However, the Commonwealth and France are both in the 3 box, which means the tie is going to be broken by existing order. The Italians are at +2, so that will put them at 6. The US is at +1, and China is at 0. So the first and last card markers go there and there. I don't even need to show you. You know, Japan did the Peking Bridge incident last turn, so that's what they're going to pay for. They already paid for it money-wise, but that's what they're going to select. So that's used as a political option now. Japan does get to activate a minor. I think I really don't know. I think she's going to activate Chile. Okay, I'll grab the markers. Show you Chile real quick. It's right there. There's a 2 Japanese and a 1 Soviet. So we'll come over to the status display. Is the -1 Soviet and the 2 Japanese. Now the Chile marker is right here. Now it will cost 2 to get into this hex and an additional 1 to cross the boundary. However, Japan is over here. It's almost lateral to where the Chile marker is, so the Japanese are okay by moving the marker here. The -1 Soviet will be blown off, and that takes care of that. Roll to see if Japan ends the political phase. A roll of 6 means we will move down to the Soviets. The Soviets are going to select the option, It's War. That's their option number 4, I believe. I've already recorded the U.S. entry. I've already paid for it. I've already put the markers out. There's no activating a minor when you declare war. So that's basically the end of the political phase. Alright, I will roll initiative and come back and take a look at reinforcements. Okay, I rolled initiative and then I rolled the weather. Initiative came out as a 9 for the fascists, a 8 for the Democrats, and a 3 for the communists. And those should be flipped because the Democrats wanted to go before the communists. Okay, so the weather roll was a 10, which is going to give a +1 to the weather roll for next set of impulses. The impulse marker moves up 1, and there's storm and north monsoon, clear everywhere else. Let's take a look at reinforcements. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alright, we got a territorial for the Commonwealth. That's going to go in Hong Kong. We have a infantry army for the Soviets, a infantry army for the Nationalists. We have a tanker point for the Commonwealth. Might be enough to go out to Malaya. I have to check that. We got 2 pilots, one for the French, one for the Germans. Pilot for the French. We have an Italian ship coming on map. We have a tanker point for the Commonwealth. We got a heavy cruiser, Prince Eugen, going in the construction pool for Germany. We have the Langley coming on map for the U.S. We have a heavy cruiser, the Edinburgh, going in the construction pool for the Commonwealth. And we have a carrier, the, what is this? Shinyo, for the Japanese, going in the construction pool. Alright, I'll get these on map. I'll have to adjust the London Naval Treaty ratios slightly, and then we will pick up with the first impulse. We're on impulse number 1 for the fascists. Okay, it's a combined action. They're going to pay oil as they go. Port attacks, naval air mission, naval movement. Okay, we have a little bit of naval movement. We're going to send a transport out down here, right here, into this box. Okay. Okay. Yeah, strategic ground strike. I don't think there's any ground strikes. Rail movement, land movement. Okay, I got 3 land movements. I'm going to take this guy here, and he's going to go. We got 3 land movements. We got, yeah, this guy's going to go to here. He's going to go to here. That's 2. I got to save 1 for this. So that's going to be it for now. Okay. And let's see. Transport, debark land units at sea. Nope. Invasions, pair drops. Land combat. Alright, let's see what we got here. We got a total of 6, and we got attacking factors of 10, 12, 17, 23. I'm going to throw in that for ground support. They're going to intercept. And we're going to counter-intercept the interceptor. So we're going to have our first air battle here. Alright, we'll put it right here. Here's the bomber stream. Here's the fighter stream. And the intercepting fighter right there. So it looks like it's a 3-3, which is going to be 0-0. So the Chinese roll first. I need some dice. Alright, so the Chinese roll first. And they roll about as bad as you can get. They get a 10. And the 0-0 air combat. 10 is defender clears through any one bomber. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to clear through our bomber. The Japanese will roll. They get a 15, which is not bad for a roll. 15 on 0-0 is attacker abort. Yeah, well, it didn't kill anybody. Didn't kill anybody. He gets aborted. Yeah, he's gonna go back. I think he's gonna go back to here because yeah, we don't want him dead. So actually, he'll land there. All right, so we got a 4-to-1 attack here with the ground support. Now, do I throw in HQ support? Let's see, 4-to-1. Assault table. Yeah, we're going to do HQ support. So that's going to give the Japanese a +1. Oh, look at that. They rolled a remarkable 10 on 4-to-1. Is star 2S. All Japanese units will remain face up. The 2 defending Chinese units are dead. I think he's going to go back here as well. So these 2 units are dead. The Peking militia is gone because Peking has fallen. They will occupy the hex with this. And China is in trouble. Trouble, trouble, trouble. China is in trouble. China is in trouble. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. We'll see. Democrats are next, followed by the communists. Okay, so that's it for the Japanese impulse. The fascist impulse. There's nothing going on with Italy. Italy will bring back the last unit from Ethiopia, and that's it for them. All right, so up next is the Democrats. All right, the Democrats. Oh boy, what are we gonna do? I think we got to retreat. I think Chang is gonna go here. I think he will go here. And I think that's probably it for the Democrats. What do we got here? Oh, we got this militia unit. We're going to bring him up. Because we got to do something about this. We got to do something about this. This is going to go here. But it will flip over. And I guess he can go here. Oh yeah, he can also go here. He's going to flip over. He'll flip over there. What do we got down here in Canton? Oh, we got this. We're going to rail that. We get 1 rail movement for China, so we'll rail that to there. Actually, we can rail it to the H. Rail movement is before land movement. Yes, so it will have to go to Qingchao. And that is about going to do that, I think. Now, we're going to do the communists. The communists are going to move to here. He's going to move to here. We got 5 land moves. 1, 2, that's 2. Now the rest of the communists is going to be over here. This is going to take more than 1 turn, I think. I think. These are both going to go here. And unfortunately, they're going to flip over. Takes 4 movement points in the mountains on the Asian map for leg units. He's going to move here. And I think, oh, okay, he can go here. Yeah, we'll probably get him next turn. Well, that's it for the communists. Back to the fascists to roll weather. The weather roll is a 3. 3, July, August. Fair weather everywhere except north monsoon, it's rain. Actually, it's a 4, I'm sorry. Fair weather everywhere except it's the same. No longer a plus. So the Japanese are going to pick, that's a cadre pool. They're going to pick a land impulse, a land action. No, they can't. They got to take combined. We're gonna try a combined action here. Oh boy. They got problems. We got problems. Everybody's got problems. Could I kill Chang somehow? That would be great. Let's see. He's got 6. That's 11, 12, 13, 18 to 6. We take the chance. 18 to 6. We take a chance. Kill Mao. I got a 2/3 chance of killing him. We're doing it. Japan's gonna roll a die. 18 to 6, 3 to 1. 8. Well, all the Japanese units are gonna be flipped over, but Mao is dead. Mao is gone. Mao is off the board. That's a disaster for the communist Chinese. Because now they can't trace supply anyways except back here to Lan Chao. Oops, let me show you. Oops, got carried away. So Mao was in this hex right here. And the Japanese did an attack on him and killed him. Unfortunately, all the Japanese units now are going to be face down. But that's okay. We'll move this guy in. I'll move this guy in. He's going to stay here. Actually, you know what? I can put this unit here. Can also move into this hex. And then these two are face down right here. Don't really think I see the Chinese attacking anybody. That's mostly behind rivers, so luck with that. Oh yeah, we forgot to debark our land units. Oh, that's after. Yeah, it's just before combat. So this guy should have debarked right here. And the transport is flipped over. He's done his bit. And that is it for the fascist impulse. Alright, now we got a big problem. Big problem in a little town of wherever. That's a big problem. Alright, so that's it for the fascist impulse. Democrats are up. Let's see what they're going to manage to do. We got a big problem up here in China. China! We got the big problem here. We got a big hole in the line. The good thing is most of the Japanese units are face down, so Chang actually is going to have to go here. These guys are going to have to go here, and they're going to have to go here. So we patched the hole. Unfortunately, yeah, that's not good. Okay. Alright, we got reinforcements coming. The good thing is that most of the Japanese units are face down now, so they really can't do a lot. Okay, they done enough. Oh, that's supposed to be face up. They done enough. Alright, that's supposed to be face up too. Alright. Okay, that's it for the Democrat impulse. Communist impulse. Okay, over here, the Soviets in Persia are going to move the 3-3 down on top of the headquarters unit. And do a quick calculation here. 4, 8, 9, 15, 20 to 6. Well, that really, he's going to move to here then. And this cav unit's going to come down here eventually. Alright. Alright, so that finishes that up. Over here. Well, this communist unit has to move here. He's out of supply. He's gonna flip face down. But there's really nothing the Japanese can do unless he goes here. Yeah, he can go there. Yeah, he can go there for now. It doesn't flip over. All right. That's the end of that. Wasama was bad. Okay, we'll roll weather, see what comes out. I don't really see a whole lot more happening this turn. Weather roll is a 7. 7 gives us same as last turn, except rain goes to storm and north monsoon. I guess it's the monsoon season. Alright, so what can we do? Well, not a whole lot. Fascists are going to take a, the Japanese are going to take a combined. He's going to go here. He's going to go here. He's going to go here. I probably think that's about it. Can't really get... I could put him here. It's going to flip him over. That's okay. The Japanese have just captured a resource. All right. Oh, he can trace supply to here, I think. I think Ma went through that hex. Yeah. Okay, fascists are done. The Democrats are up next. Don't see them moving a whole lot of much. I think they're gonna. I can't because there's nothing down here to defend anything. Okay, they can't move. That can't do anything. That can't do anything. Can't do it. Yeah, he's done. Okay, so now we go to the communists. The communists are going to move this guy. It's going to end up flopping over right to there. And that's going to be that. And communists in Persia are all set. Most of their units are face down now due to the terrain. So we're back to the fascists. Roll weather. Nope, same weather as last turn. I don't see able to. I don't want to get my units. The Japanese don't want to get their units out of supply here. We captured a resource, so I'm going to have to deploy another down here. Like that. Okay. Yeah, oh, we can move this. I get 3 land movements. Yeah, this is where it sucks that you don't have enough transports to move your stuff. Yes, indeed. Alright, I think they're done. I'm just going to basically run through the rest of the turn. And at the end of the turn, I'll come back, do a little review, and then we'll probably do production. Okay, the turn ended on impulse number 15, surprisingly, and it was the communists that ended the turn, so there's no change in the ideological initiative. There's no partisans, because there's no room for partisans, and U.S. entry netted a -1 for Japan. So just rolling low, and it's keep rolling low, and that's what's going to happen. The Soviets are still at war with Persia, though they are slowly surrounding Tehran. And you know, I'll give you a quick view of China. That's what China looks like. I got to flip a few units back over, I think. And I'll change right side up. Okay. So the Japanese have pushed down into the Chinese plane. The Chinese got some problems because Mao got taken off the board, which is a real big loss for them. So, all right, let's take a look at production. Production came in as this. Germany produced 8. I think she saved in oil this turn. Yeah, she did. Some of the major powers saved oil, some don't. I'm just not going to mention it anymore. Just, you know, the usual characters save oil. The U.S., Soviet Union, Germany, Commonwealth. The other ones are sporadic when they save oil. All right, so Germany pulled the Prinz Eugen out of the construction pool, built a headquarters and a pilot. Spent 9 total. The headquarters was 5. Japan produced 7, started with 4, spent 5. She built a militia, a cavalry division, and I think that carrier came out of the, yes it did, came out of the construction pool. The USSR produced 3, started at -1, spent 0. The Commonwealth produced 5, started at 1, spent 2. She's building a territorial. France produced 3, started at 0, spent 0. The US produced 3, started at 2, and spent 6. China produced 3, got 2 from cadres, total of 5, and spent 10. They got a big line of credit from the US apparently. So they went all out. They know they got a serious problem, so they need to get some units on the board. So I will get these on the circle. I'm probably going to finish this turn up, and I will get this uploaded shortly. Thanks for watching, and like and subscribe, and see you next time.